Hey, it didn't start on time, right? Ads, okay. Yeah. Something... I don't know why my computer... It just decided to bug out today. So sorry about that. Just give me a sec. Ads done, how are you? I'm doing well, but for some reason it wouldn't start. Sorry about that. So I'm like 3 minutes behind now. So sorry. Give me a second, okay? I'm just gonna use the bathroom. 1 sec. Okay. Uh Everything should be good now. Again, terribly sorry about that. What's up, Justin? How are you? What's new? Let me just fix the volume 1 sec. Yeah, man. So, thanks for that trailer, bro. I haven't seen it yet. I will, though. Don't worry. There's a friend of mine that wants to watch it with me. I'm good. Watched Wakanda Forever today. What did you think? I did not really like it. Why not? What didn't you like about it? Talk to me. A bit of a bore in the usual Marvel cringe dialogue. Oh, dang. I'm back. If Justin is talking about Wakanda Forever, he's racist. What did you think of the first... Look, if you don't like Wakanda Forever, whatever. But if you're like, oh, Black Panther wasn't that good of a movie, man, shut the F up. You're racist. The first one was good. I joined at the beginning, but had to go. No worries, man. Stream's already started really weird. It's like, there's so many things that movie does that makes it better than most Marvel movies. Like, actually. Like, it's actually a well-made film. And anyone who says otherwise is delusional. They're just mad. And I'm saying that as someone who wasn't a fan of Black Panther. I was genuinely surprised by that first movie. Like, what the heck? Oh, this movie's actually good? That's a first. How do I think it's up or down? Oh, it's up. He's alive. Yeah. So my stream, I kept hitting go live, and it's like error message, and I'm like, no, you are not about to make me late. So sorry about that. I like it, but visually, the first film visually disgusting as hell. Yeah, I know, but I don't care about visuals. You know what I care about? Story, characters, plot, progression, visuals. Go F yourself. No, no. I remember you said like obviously, film is a visual medium, yes, but at this point, everything looks the same. Everything looks the same to me, so it's like I can excuse a lot. I watched Buffy for crying out loud, okay? The CGI in Buffy is awful. And also, if that's what you're judging a movie based on is visuals, then I don't know, man. You're one of those gamers who's like, oh, the game didn't look good enough. Everything shouldn't look the same. Yeah, I know. but they all do to me, is what I'm saying. Everything looks the same to me. It could be the highest quality. You could put on the new Avatar movie, and I wouldn't notice anything. I wouldn't notice. Someone asked me about the visuals, I'm like, it looked like a movie. The grass looked like grass, the water looked like water. The only scene in Black Panther for me that's like flat out is like, this is a cartoon, is when he's fighting Killmonger at the end. That's it. The other scenes, whatever. It's not that bad. I'm a Marcus viewer. I'm used to late streams, true. I'm so sorry. But I like to break stereotypes. Like, I know Marcus doesn't care, but I like to break stereotypes. The stereotype, black people are always late. So I hate being late to anything. I'm always like way earlier. But the computer effed me up, so that's not my fault.
Cross is just going in circles. I swear, man, this is a setup.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Switch owners enter the chat. What's up, Jonathan? You guys playing the new Pocket Monsters?
She threatened to dress me up in a sailor outfit.
Pocket Monsters.
Let's see you fly.
Gotta catch 'em all. A heart so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I teach you. Oh, game on. What a great theme song. Yo, Nell, I had... Oh, also, hold up. I just realized my volume's like really high for my headphones. Yo, Nell, I had just finished modding the other stream and then Marcus started streaming and I'm like, Sir, XD? Oh, true, wait, what? Also, sup, how are you, Lady Soja? Marcus out here streaming late. I love Mansion. Mansion's like, I'm ready for Marcus to stream today. I'm like, he already streamed. He said it would be. Uh-oh. Computer's acting up. That's what I was saying. Hang on. I like some moments of Wakanda Forever, but yeah, that's just a waste of my time. Dude, I legit today, I was with my music producer today. And we were like, hey, well, no, he asked me, he's like, hey, are you gonna see that new Black Panther? And I'm like, no, probably not. Probably not till it's on Disney Plus. And he's like, yeah, me neither. I'm like, really? See, like, no one cares. No one in my immediate friend group wants to see that movie. That's not good. We used to all be so excited.
Why would you want to hurt me with that crossbow?
Nah, I'm not really into Pokemon like that. True, true.
Shared the gift of
What's up, Lady Soja? Hi. Heyo, Justin. I was driving when he went live. Oh, no way. Marcus. Yo, what's up, Diva? Diva, Las Vegas. How are you? Diva. Yeah, I was going to... What? Going to, but I really don't feel like spending money for all that. Dude, it doesn't even look good. Like... You know, usually a movie trailer is supposed to make me want to see the movie.
After that bastard. He's getting away.
I didn't either. You don't have to pay money, Austin, is what Justin is saying. There are other methods. I know, right? Ew, hard rice? Hard rice, what do you mean?
With your antics is wearing thin.
dark side of the Force is a pathway. Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities, some consider to be unnatural. True. I had a bad burrito bowl. They didn't even put the nachos in, and the rice was hard. I'm upset. Like, I finished it, but still. No, I hear ya. I always feel bad when it's like I paid for something, and then it's like, oh no, I didn't finish it. I'll just eat it, even though it sucks. People are crying about Elden Ring being nominated for Best Narrative because they couldn't be bothered to put the pieces together. Oh. Well, I mean, hey. How do you find out the story of Elden Ring? Like, what pieces do you have to put together? Like, is it unreasonable to expect a player to, like, do a lot of reading?
Come on, man. Fly after that bastard. He's getting away.
Elden Ring!
For your own good, Cole, you need to be knocked down.
It's calling time. What's up, Danny? It's mostly visual storytelling. You have to see something and go, oh, that implies something. Oh, and that's good then. That's actually good storytelling. I like that over just reading. To the point that, well, you know, if I want to read, I'll just read the Wikipedia page. If I want to read, I'll just read the book. Oh, stop. How are you, Danny? What do the vampires have done? Bro, what's hitting? Doing good. How's everyone? Pretty good. So far, can't complain. Good, how's everyone? I'm doing well. Good to hear from you again. Hey, Danny. Yeah, what's up, Danny? Stop jumping. What the? Did you see it go through him? I like this music. Justice the Spiderway. You know, still processing. Still processing that I left the job. It's been a chaotic week for me and my friend group as well. Oh, what's wrong with your friend group? Hope you guys are doing okay today. Yeah, it's also very community-based because there's too much for one player to unpack. I'd say a game that brings people together like that deserves an award or two. I agree.
Just the thing to end Mary and her kin.
I may not like or care for Elden Ring, but I'd give it the award over God of War any day. Just the Spiderway. Oh, I hope things quell eventually, Jonathan. Are you alright? Yeah, how are you doing? I hope it can get better forward. Yeah. Oh, you're speaking to Jonathan. Sorry, I missed that.
What, you don't think I can take her?
On the off chance you're still a blood connoisseur come sunrise, I'd rather not have to die in a fire. Besides, I can't just sit around.
I feel fine. I put myself first, and that's what I owe myself. Yeah, of course.
This cross,
Game Awards voting stream? When is the Game Awards? Aren't there only like 2 games that came out though? It's just God of War, Elden Ring, Stray. I hope Roller Drum wins something. It won't, but I hope it does. It won't, but I hope it does. Is it even nominated? That game also did storytelling really interestingly. Helio ho ho, what's up? There's still like 20 days. Okay, is it nominated? Awful year for gaming all around. Dude, I love, yesterday, you guys weren't like there, but I called Marcus while he waited in line for the new Pokemon, right? And it took like 2 hours for him to get the game at 12 a.m. And what I think is so funny, like genuinely hilarious. Nope, Roller Drome is nowhere to be seen. Yeah, figures as much. an actual fun game comes out and no one nominates it because, oh, well, that's gaming today. It's like, okay. An actual fun game. A skill-based game that requires, you know, you to get good. No RPG elements. No grinding. You just have to get better. That's not gonna get nominated. And it actually has a decent amount of levels. And it's not easy to control. You have to figure it out. I love that game. Very good. I miss it. But, yeah, Marcus was waiting for Pokemon, and it was so funny. He's like, what if it sucks? I'm like, you know what? This year has been awful for me with video games, where just every game I looked forward to sucked. But, I'm like, don't worry, Pokemon will be fine. And, like, Marcus loves it. Marcus is really happy with the game. And I'm like, see, I knew one of us would be happy this year. Hey, Saints Flow, and Sonic of the Wild. Oh, yeah, Sonic of the Wild. Frontiers. Do you think that might get nominated? The nominees for Game of the Year is GPW, God Puv War, Elden Ring Horizon, Xenoblade, and Stray. Stray is nominated for Game of the Year. That's really funny. I hope Stray wins. Sifu was nominated for Best Fighting Game, but isn't it technically not a fighting game? Gamers, like, regular gamers can't tell the difference between a fighting game, a brawler, a beat 'em up, and a character action game. They think they're all the same, even though clearly they're not. That's why, Saints Flow. And this is why I don't respect the people who run these gaming shows. All they understand are shooters and walking simulators. That's all they understand. So when they see a game like Stray, a really boring game, that's you playing as a cat, they're really invested, like, oh, this is a top-tier indie game. It's not, but they think it is, because they're not used to an actual top-tier indie game. That's why I don't respect the gaming community, bro. I do not care. Wait, Stray is unironically nominated? Of course it is. It's the closest thing there. It's a niche game for people who've never played a niche game. That's why. But really, Stray's just a glorified walking simulator with a lot of text, a lot of walls of text to actually learn anything about what's going on. I was able to be up at 5 a.m. and watch Marcus stream. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok, keyboard typo. Yeah, no problem. Have you played Ragnarok yet, Igor? How do you feel about it? I hope it get nominated because the song is really good as well. Which song, Danny? I was on live. I was lurking because I passed out. Oh, thank you so much for being there, Danny. Thank you so much. Not even mention Plague Tale nominated for almost everything. You just hate good games, eh? Another thing about Rollerdrome, one thing Rollerdrome has over every single game that's listed in those nominations, it actually has a visual style, where all those other games are realism. Remember that? Remember when games had a visual style that wasn't just real life? Man, those were the days, right? Now if you want to get nominated for anything, you have to look like real life. That's so boring. I hate video games now, man. I really do. I genuinely do. There's an actual art style in Rollerdrome. I woke up to go to the bathroom and then saw the noti. I couldn't believe Marcus was streaming and double-checked. It was fun. Yeah, it was a fun stream. I played the first 3 hours, got to Nidavellir. I'm loving it so far. Thor fight was awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it, dude. Sonic Frontiers music, is there a best song and something like that? I don't really know. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, actually, I did listen to the soundtrack because Perry told me to. It's pretty good. The new Sonic soundtrack. I'm sorry, LOL, I could not be up that late. Well, that's fine. It's because you're a lightweight, Austin.
This is not acceptable. That death cross.
Running away. I expected more.
Kill me and you'll be.
Yeah? Hey, right. You're slave.
Yo, why is the music in this standalone DLC so much better than the actual game? We're getting, like, variations and instruments and stuff. Very horror themed. think I said this, but Stray only had 2 issues. It relies entirely on cat gimmick, and no one would care if it was human. And the heavily restricted controls, you cannot do anything unless a button prompt is placed there. 2 issues? The plot sucks. It's like, ooh, post-apocalyptic future. We haven't seen that before. How's everyone doing tonight? Pretty good. Finally able to watch a Friday night stream. I'm so glad, Diva. It's good to have you here. No, the plot is amazing because cat. That's what everyone will tell you. Literally ask any Stray player what the story's about. I bet you any money they couldn't tell you. It'd be like, well, you're a cat and you have a little robot buddy. It's like, okay, what's the story about? you're just on an adventure with your robot buddy. It's like that is not the plot. So is she invincible? Yeah, okay. I literally have to deal with this. Oh my gosh. It's deep, Jay. About as deep as the amount of pooch they're getting. Which is none. Get it? Just like, anyway. Cat, yeah, what's up? Because it's a festival, so they probably put actual time to make good music on this DLC. Yeah, I'm actually like thoroughly enjoying this. I kind of want to look up the soundtrack after. It's pretty good. This chasing stuff though is really not. It's like chase her now. It's like, okay.
You're strong. You and I, we could be equal. Just a few more hours.
I meant to put, oh, the
I
thing.
can take you to a place beneath Ignatius' statue.
Oh my gosh.
A huge gallery.
Platforming and infamous. Where is she? Oh, this game. I've been playing the hell out of Assassin's Creed Valhalla lately. What do you think of it? How are you feeling about it, Diva? I thought you said ask any straight player. Straight player? No, ask any stray player. Anyone who's played the game. You're funny. It's straight player. Only gay players will understand the plot of Stray, Austin. Obviously. Jay, I forgot to ask, how far you got in Resident Evil 2 last Saturday after I left? I left, I'm in Chief Iron's office, and Cheryl is with me. Wait, no, she's not with me yet. We just got to Chief Iron's office with Claire. That's where we are. I haven't even played it, and I know it's getting lost in underground shelters where humans transferred themselves into robots to continue living. And you, like any cat, accidentally push enough buttons to open the ceiling and let the robots see the sun they haven't seen for an unspecified amount of years. Oh, neat. That's so cool, Saints Flow. That's such a good plot. That's such a great plot, don't you think? Don't you think it's amazing? Very original, very unique. For a quick sec, I thought this was a different game. Because if that was any other game that I usually play, that would have been a one-hit kill. I'm like, oh no, I lost. Oh wait, never mind, this is infamous. They're pretty, what do I want to say? They're nice. I didn't say it's groundbreaking, it's just there for the sake of being there. Yeah, but you could have done something cool with that. Like, you could have done something way cooler with that. It's like, oh no, there's this whole society of robots. Why? F the robots. Why not do animals? Why not do creatures? Why not do other cats? Like, oh no, it's robots, because it's the future, and that's what the future means. It means robots. Like, no, can we do something else, please? Please, for the love of God? These unoriginal robot designs, you ever see Fooly Cooley? They're literally Conti. Conti, C-O-N-T-U-I, or I. It's literally Conti. Every single robot looks like Conti. And I'm just like, really? Really, Stray? Everyone's gonna give you awards. Meanwhile, there's other games that are doing much better, much more interesting things, but whatever. And this is why I don't care about gaming. And as we said previously, Saints Flow, it's funny to me that, like, if Elden Ring wins, more games are going to try to be like Elden Ring. If God of War wins, more games are going to try to be like God of War. I hate both of those games. So, once again, I say, nah, man, games, bro.
I'm your maker. I command you to go. Do as I say.
Besides, not being a good remake, cutting and changing a lot of stuff, and being like 2 hours of runtime. Wait, what? And I shouldn't be surprised you like Resident Evil 3. The reason I and most fans of the franchise don't like it is because it's different from the others. It is the most action-based, and it's just run straight in corner like levels. I don't like the level design of 3, Igor. I love the gameplay. Because what I really dig most about Resident Evil 3's gameplay is the dodge mechanic. And yes, it trivializes most challenges, but then the challenge comes in how well you time that dodge, because if you don't, you'll get screwed and you'll die. And I kind of like that risk versus reward aspect, where there is no risk versus reward in 2, at least I haven't noticed it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Igor, but Resident Evil 2, there's no risk versus reward. It's just, you risk, and you might get a little further than you would have if you just played it safely. And I kind of don't like that, because then I'm playing a lot more restrictively, and I don't dig that. Where 3, if you have what it takes to challenge the zombies, do it. But if you don't, then don't. And I kind of really like that. Fight the vampires, though. Dude, if God of War wins, get used to constant hand-holding and backseating and drip-feeding loot every 90 minutes to keep your hamster brain engaged. Yeah, but I mean, hey, get ready for it. I don't play video games, darling. This is why. Oops.
Chuck water, man. Get him.
Why would you do this?
Why would you do this? God of War's already trying to be like Dark Souls, the predecessor of Elden Ring. Kinda. I'd argue Dark Souls combat is a bit more intricate than God of War's. And even just the design of Elden Ring is much more, you make your adventure, which is a lot better than walk in a straight line, walk of war. So, which is why, like, I don't, as I said, I don't care for either game, but I would rather give credit where credit is due. I understand why people like Elden Ring. I do not understand why people like God of War.
Why would you do this? Why would you try to hurt me?
But hey, if you like it,
The
you
sun's
do you.
almost up. So soon, you'll see how much I love you. How much I want to protect you.
Guard that exit, Cole. You don't want any vamps getting out.
How are they coming behind me? Like, they're just spawning. There's no entrance. Yo, what is up with this music, bro? So we can't have an original game because other games are going to try to copy the most famous games. That's actually sad. Yes, Danny, that's literally it. Because games have become too expensive to create. So instead of taking risks, they'd rather play it safe. Imagine Stray wins Game of the Year for some stupid or rigged reason. I would love if Stray won. Like, not because I think it deserves it, but because that'd be hilarious. The new God of War's take on Souls-like approach to gameplay, a complete 180 from the fixed camera hack and slash from the others ones, the first God of War, or do you mean the classic God of Wars? The OGs take the more survival horror aspect, oh, wait, sorry. I think you're talking about Resident Evil? For this sentence, the OGs take the more survival horror aspect. Granted, it's not for everyone. I like it. You might as well don't, and that's okay, I think. Yeah, I don't care for survival horror, but I do like Resident Evil. I do dig it. I think there's a reason they're the pioneer. It's kind of like Devil May Cry. There's plenty of character action games, but Devil May Cry is still the best one. It's still the best. And I love Bayonetta. Like, I prefer Bayonetta 1 over any Devil May Cry, but Devil May Cry is the better game. The rhythm for the song is weird. You cannot copy what you don't understand. Sure you can. The fans are dumb. They'll eat it up. They won't notice. Sure you can. Whoops. Oh wait, no, I'm supposed to. And what I mean by fans, I mean the average gamer is not going to notice the intricacies of combat, the variety, of which choices you can make in Elden Ring compared to God of War. They won't notice that, so don't expect them to. It's like explaining to, like, and I'm not, Johnny would be better at this conversation, but Super Smash Bros. Like, you know, the Smash Bros. Fans are always like, Melee's the best one. And some people are like, no, whichever Smash Bros. The newest one is the best one, because it's, like, much more polished. But you ask, like, veteran players, and they'll explain to you why Melee is the best one. And it's like, there's a degree of intricacy in the combat that is not present in any of the other ones. And, like, the average player is not going to notice that. The average player won't notice that. Same thing goes with, like, Bayonetta. The average player might just mash buttons, but the amount of things you can do in that game is kind of, like, insane. Where if you believe you can do something, you can in Bayonetta for combos, and that's what I love about it, compared to Devil May Cry, where, as far as, like, creativity goes, it's a bigger learning curve than with Bayonetta, where, like, flat out, because of how floaty your jump and your run is, you can basically teleport in Bayonetta. And that's what I prefer over Devil May Cry. Personally, like, it's way faster than Devil May Cry. Hey, I'm gonna miss Bayo. Yeah, we'll play something else. We'll play another character action game. I'll think of something. And to be honest, I don't get the walking simulator critique thrown into the new God of War. It's had a ton of gameplay and combat. Does someone want to explain it to him? A lot more intricate. You have to think when fighting in Souls games. Kratos' punching thing with big hand. Yeah. A lot of it, Igor, it's establishing shots. Like, a lot of the God of War games is just establishing shots and then scripted walking segments where you're not running, you're walking and having dialogue instead of implementing the dialogue in a natural way. I can't understand why I like old games more than today's games. It depends. There's still good games being made, Danny. Don't get it twisted. I hope you never think I'm some sort of elitist for old games, because old games have a lot of jank to them, and I feel like that doesn't get acknowledged as much to the, like, diehard, oh man, PS2, PS3, you know, those were the days. Like, I like games on those consoles, but I'd be lying if I was like, nah, they were flawless, bro. They were different, alright? And, like, every generation has their own set of games, but I will admit, having played my dad's generation games, played my like, you know, my grandfather's generation of games, played my generation and played this generation, the difference is outstanding. Because there's at least one thing that games had in common from my dad's generation to now, and it was freedom. For games today, do not have a degree of freedom that it's completely missing. And that's why I just can't get into a lot of modern games. There's no freedom. There isn't. Even if it's open world, a lot of the time there's nothing to do, so what freedom is being given to me? Which is why I've never said I like open world games. I like sandbox games, they're way better. Because there's plenty to do, and even if the environment's smaller than an open world, there's a lot more freedom. You can make your own stories, you can have your own fun. But a lot of these other games, they're so linear. They're so, like, you gotta hold your hand to explain how to beat this boss. Oh, you gotta shoot him in the weak point. Like, it's just that. And it started happening on the Wii. That's where it all started, man. You go back and play Mario Galaxy, the ones that everyone's like, oh man, this is textbook awesome Mario game. It's like, it really isn't. Because then when they put out Odyssey, that's a Mario game. Like, that's the one with the freedom. That's the one with the adventure. That's the one with all the things I come to expect from Mario, even though I'm not a big Mario fan, right? I give credit where credit is due. Even if I don't like a game, I can acknowledge if it's good. Elden Ring is a good game. It's a really good game. God of War is okay at best. Like, at its best, it becomes cinematic, like, fluff, where you're pushing a button to let the movie happen. You are not actually doing the cool action, you are pushing the button so the cool action happens. If I put a side-by-side of Dante's combat and the responsiveness from even Elden Ring, even though Elden Ring, I think the dodge is a little slow, where if I push, like, square to dodge, I push square and then he dodges. Like, there's a bit of a delay, but that's part of the charm, I guess. But, like, if I push the attack button with Dante, he attacks immediately. Kratos has this whole wind-up animation, and his animations from attack to attack is like this. There's no other way to explain it but then to show it to you. His attack is like this. It's like, okay, it's like, he attacks like this, and then we have to snap to the next animation, but there's no seamless transition from this animation to the next punch. So what it looks like is like, it's like he's always going back to his default before he does the next part of that animation. And that's just like game animation 101. They effed it up with the old God of War. I haven't played the new one, but they really effed it up with 2018, where or is that when it came out? Whenever it came out. Where it doesn't seem smooth at all, the combat. At all. And it's so... Jay's overthrowing them haymakers, yeah. Yeah, oh man. But yeah, I'm so sorry, I kind of just went on like a whole thing on like... And that's why, like I want you to know, I was never big on character action games when I was younger. They were too hard for me. But as an adult, it was Johnny who really got me into even fighting games. Really, Johnny who got me into them because I understand completely what's there. If I play Devil May Cry, if Marcus plays Devil May Cry and Johnny plays Devil May Cry, you are getting a different experience as far as how we play because the game gives you that freedom. Even if we're playing as the exact same character. Like for one, if I played as Nero, I'm revving every single time. You'd see timed revs. You'd see a lot more me risking my items and stuff like that, where Marcus didn't do that. Right, where Marcus was a lot more like, I guess, headstrong, like very like, I'm just gonna brute force it, right? And then Johnny's gameplay just, I don't even understand it. It's like, how are you moving so fast with Nero? He's like, oh, I'm not walking, I'm attacking. Like, there's no, he's like, you know that walk animation? It's too slow, let me attack. Like, that's Johnny playing Nero, it's insane. And like, looking at his hand, Johnny plays the game like this, okay? This is how he plays it. And it's like, that's what I love about those games. Like, they give you all the tools to be however crazy and creative you want. And there's not enough of that in video games. There's not. Today, there is not enough of that. And I really desire a game to give me that degree of freedom again. And the only time I ever saw it is in Bayonetta, which is why, like, I've said it before, man, it's my favorite character action game. Because of its combat. Its story is whatever, I don't care for the story, but the combat is amazing. It's the best Bayonetta combat, period. I don't care what anyone says. All the other Bayonetta... You know what the problem with the other Bayonettas are? Because, like, I said this on stream, and I will read chat, don't worry. I said, I'm on a roll here, alright? I said this on, not on stream, on Marcus's stream, Saints Flow, where I said the reason I think I don't like Elden Ring is because I like to feel like I'm powerful, and the enemy is also powerful. But Elden Ring, I feel weak, and the enemy is powerful, and I don't like that. I want both of us to be unga bunga, crazy power levels, and my creativity is what allows me to beat this boss, not just, oh, mash a bunch of buttons. Bayonetta 2 and 3 is mash a bunch of buttons. The enemies are not hard in Bayonetta 2 and 3, at all. I've been on hard difficulty for both, and they're not difficult at all. And like, that's what I don't like about them, where Bayonetta 1, you can be creative and classy and all that jazz, but man, you're screwed if you don't actually know how to time anything. And like, it punishes you. Like, Perry couldn't even finish the game. Perry's like, yeah, let me try Bayonetta 1 since you like it so much. He's like, I don't know, man, this game's too hard. I'm like, dude, it's not like, yeah, the game's hard, but you can counter that with skill. Like, it's not an RPG. You can counter that by getting better at the game. I love that. And yes, I understand Elden Ring's like that too, but it's just so slow. For me, at least, man. It's faster than God of War. It's faster than God of War, but it's just not. It's just not for me, man. Whooshing! 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 And then Elden Ring is like this wobble, 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 wobble. Boss does their really long animation for an attack. All right, swing, ka-shing, ka-shing, wobble, 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 dodge, dodge, dodge. Wobble, 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 walk around in a circle in one position while lock-on is on the boss in front of me. That's a lot of Elden Ring gameplay. Period. That is what it is. Drink your flask. If you're creative, which Saints Flow sounds like he is. I would love to watch you play the game Saints Flow, because you make it sound a lot more interesting. But every time I watch someone play that game, some boring bullshine, bro. I don't know how anyone's talking about that game being good. This is great combat. I'm walking around in a circle with all the lock on. The boss is standing right in front of me. Let me just, like, bro. Why am I not attacking right now? Like, even like, okay, Buffy, outdated old game, all right? Outdated, old as heck game. I love that the enemies can pick up your weapon. Because then it shows you that, hey, yeah, you're not the only one who's awesome.
I'll do it.
Like, Buffy has all the strength, but so do the enemies. It's not just the enemies are awesome and you suck. It's like, I don't like that.
Oh, no.
I had an entire playthrough where I used a different weapon for every boss, and I can have fun. See, but that's what I love about you, the way you described that game. You made your own fun because the game allows you to. The game gives you that freedom. God of War does not. Which is why I will, as I said, which is why I compliment Elden Ring. That's why I'd say, yeah, man, Elden Ring is a good game. Like, I can see why people like it. It's not for me, but I can see why people like it. Oh my gosh, woo! Now that was a whole... the game's done. I talked my way through this game. I don't even know what happened. I don't even know what happened! Oh my gosh, okay. Let me read chat. Let me read chat. Oh yeah, we were playing Infamous. Not anymore! Okay, stream done. Bye! Yo, do you wanna play Resident Evil 2, or do you wanna just talk? I guess we could just talk. Maybe I'll play Resident Evil 2 later. I feel like talking. You guys we're clearly in a chatty mood today. Okay, let me catch up. My sweet mayo. I love Bayonetta. You know I do. I would literally, like, I would have her babies. Okay? The first comment you read was towards God of War, and the other one was Resident Evil. I wasn't specific, sorry. No, it's okay. I figured it out. My sweet mayo. Souls players do, and you can't sell a cheap Elden Ring clone to them. Oh, absolutely. Oh, Souls players will know, Saints Flow. Souls players will know. I agree. I like Brawl. Brawl's gameplay is very sluggish compared to all the other games. And I noticed that the first time I picked it up. I'm like, I feel slower. I like the gameplay of 2018 God of War. It's not the most refined and complex out there, but it's fun and can be challenging, and it's a welcome change after 6 games of isometric hack and slash. I will say this, I've never liked God of War, even the oldies, because it's just mashing buttons, the old ones. The new combat is different, I'll give it that. Is it better? They both have their pros and their cons. I never cared for either, personally. Ask the hundreds of developers with their failed Souls clones, true. My childhood is mostly seeing Smash Brawl on almost everything. Yeah, I only played Melee with Johnny and, like, Marcus sometimes. I really didn't play with Marcus. It was like my neighbor, Damien, usually. He plays the guitar. Really good guitar. One of the best guitarists I've ever known in my life. Yeah, old games weren't the greatest either. Yeah, they weren't perfect, but, like, there was a degree of adventure to them. There was a degree of freedom to them. I don't even know what that means. What means? Well, I don't mind the scripted walking bits. Maybe I'm just more acceptable towards those stuff. Yeah, of course, because you've grown up in a generation where that is what all your games have. So it's gonna be normal to you. But me? Marcus? People older than you? No, that is some bull. I should not have to hold forward. I should not have to hold forward and literally listen to people talking in my video game. Alright, let me play the game. And scripted segments are in everything, even if it doesn't make any sense. In Miles Morales, there's this whole long scripted, like 4-minute scripted segment of you just walking forward. And I'm like, why is this happening right now? Why is this happening? I'm walking towards the explosion. I don't feel immersed more by having him walk slower while I push forward. Like, that's not fun. Anyway. Going from new games to older games is weird. I had this experience going from Mafia Remake to Mafia 2, but I don't know, man. The PS2 early PS3 graphics and feels has some charm. I can't explain. They do. I agree. Maybe I'm biased, though. I don't know. Best Mario game ever for me is Super Mario World on the SNES. Can't beat the classic. I love Super Mario World. That's the, like, of all the Mario games, that's the only one I'm nostalgic for. And, like, Sunshine. But, because my cousins would play the heck out of that when their parents left the house. We weren't allowed to play video games at a certain time. But, nah, we played the heck out of Super Mario World. It's okay, Jay. You don't need the games to be good. Just take the blue pill and stop. Justin, this is why I'm a movie guy. Okay, Justin, I've said this many times before. There's still really good movies with varying degrees of genre, and the movie business isn't trying to be like, oh, we gotta be the next, everyone's gotta be the next thing. You don't see horror movies trying to be Marvel movies, okay? You don't see, like, romances trying to be Marvel movies. You see what I'm saying? They know what their genre is, and they stay in it. Yes, there were action movies that tried to be Marvel movies because they were action movies. But beyond that, there was never this degree of, like, oh, we gotta be the next. I mean, I guess kinda. If, like, when Insidious came out, it's like, we gotta be the next Insidious for horror movies. But I have a lot more respect for a film director and the fan base towards a film than, like, game development is a very different beast, I will admit. But I don't know. There's so much there's so much red tape with game development that makes me just not like anybody. and that's why I don't pay attention to the companies. It's like, look, they're all evil. I'll just pretend they're all evil. I don't care. It's like, they're all guilty until proven innocent. It's too hard to keep track of who's who, which is why Marcus and I, we just don't care. Is your game good? Okay, I'll play your game. I'll pay money, play your game. I'll pay to play. All right, no biggie. But like movie directors, I can follow a single individual director and screenplay writer and know what they do, know their work, know what their worth is based solely on like that quality that comes with them. If you watch a James Gunn movie, you know what you're gonna get. If you watch a Joss Whedon show, you know what you're gonna get. Right? Edgar Wright movie, you know what you're gonna get. They have a brand that works that they developed single-handedly from their brain to a camera. And with actors and all this other thing. Now, obviously, gaming is like film is just... Also, let me stop playing this game. Where film is just, one avenue, it's just like you seeing something. Video games is you seeing something and playing something. So it's a lot harder. I will admit. Right? But I think that's why a lot of gaming now is struggling, because they're trying so hard to lean into the video aspect of the video game instead of just the game aspect of the video game. Because games should be something I should like more. An interactive story or something like that where you have like all these abilities and stuff like that. You'd think I would like that better as a person who loves storytelling and even just character writing, but man, oh man, do they F it up.